So we picked up this little tank after a hike yesterday for like 10 bucks. It was a fish tank and everything worked on it. I had a little pump for it and everything, but we turned it into a little terrarium that's like an inoculation chamber for some pieces that we're going to be putting in future projects that we are building. But some stuff that we found on our hike, everything in here is stuff that we found on our hike, and we made a moss slurry and covered a lot of the pieces of bone and wood in here with that slurry. So the plants that we name off are all in the slurry as well. So we have here, the first one is a shining fir moss, which is a vascular plant. It's very primitive. It's in like an ancient species. It is fern-like, but it's vascular, unlike ferns. And then we have a rattlesnake orchid here, which they will have a flower that shoots up. It's like a big stalk, and it gets quite a few flowers on it. Actually, they're really pretty when they bloom. And then we have these ferns over here, which are really cool. The little things you see on the bottom of the leaves there, which are kind of cool because they get these bumps on the top that you can see. They get kind of ribbed. Are actually the spores that they release and that make more ferns. Kind of cool. And they are an epiphyte. They grow in and through wood and rock and loose soil and whatnot. And they're a vining one, so they'll have thick vines and then they grow off those vines. And we have some mosses here. And then we have a tree moss here, which is kind of rare. We found in the hobby these guys up here. They're really, really cool looking. Very fuzzy, but they get tall. As you can see there, they get like a little stalk on them. It's pretty cool. We have some ferns here, and that's actually growing out the back of a skull. We're gonna try to keep that growing out the back of that. And then here we have some veiled liverwort, which is pretty cool species. Kind of strange looking because they get those caps on top. They're really, really cool. And then we have this guy over here, which is a snakeskin liverwort, which we don't really see too much in the hobby. Which we've had this in previous tanks and it's done really well. And we can't wait to cultivate some more of it. It looks awesome. This stuff just looks amazing. But we'll do updates as it goes. This is all pretty much DIY. Everything was like found outside, except for this little substrate layer here. And there's a little hygrolon layer you can't see, but there's a little bit of blackness there, and that's hygrolon that goes through. And then we made this mud, which is like a substrate for fish tanks, and you just blend it up with some water until it gets to be like a complete paste, and then you can just paste it to the bottom, and you can help paste stuff to different objects, and it helps get the plants nutrients and keeps them growing, and then keeps them attached to things as well as when you tie them on and whatnot. Especially with epiphytes, it helps. But there you go. Shabam.